Hello everyone, welcome to Bebop Mondays, episode 11. And today's episode is about the song Joy Spring and the famous recording made by the composer of that tune, Clifford Brown. And we're going to take a look at some of the licks he's playing in his solo. Joy Spring is one of those tunes that every jazz musician at one point in their career has to learn because it's such an iconic tune, an iconic recording, composed and recorded by an iconic trumpet player, Clifford Brown. And he has a very distinctive style. I would describe it as a kind of perfect bebop playing, but he also is a fun player in the sense that he has these little licks that are often being quoted still to this day by other jazz musicians just because they are fun licks. Stuff like or and there's one of these kinds of phrases also in this solo, and of course I'm going to talk about it. Let's just get started. So the first phrase is a quick 2-5-1 to F, and it sounds like this: 1, 2, 3. Now that ending, he doesn't play that ending. I just put it there so we have a nice resolution to F. But it is something that Clifford would definitely play. So 3, 1, 2, 3. And of course, you can play this lick all over this tune because this happens a lot, right? In the second bar, in the sixth bar, and then again, when we go to G flat, we can play it. So I'll play it a couple of times, but I won't try to play it every time because then it would get very boring. By the way, of course, you can use that lick on a normal 2-5-1 too. If you would just play some normal G minor line in the first bar, let's say you have a 2-5-1 to F, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that way you can use it on a normal 2-5. So the second line is a typical Clifford Brown line with the trumpet embellishments, something that you won't do that much on guitar. It's not really guitaristic, but it's really fun to practice. I'm not sure I could make it a mainstay of my playing, but you never know. You just practice these phrases and you see what sticks. So this is a pretty long phrase, lasting 6 bars, and it's actually a combination of a couple of phrases. So maybe let me first play the whole thing and then I'll break it down. 3, 4. One, 2, 3, 4. So the first 2 bars, of course, again is a short 2-5-1 to F, which you can also use in a normal 2-5-1 by filling the first bar of a normal 2-5-1 with a G minor phrase, maybe something like 3, 4. And then you can just play. So you have a normal 2-5. And then this bar is for B flat minor, E flat, but actually it would also fit over C7 altered. So you can also use it as a 5-1. So because basically the chords of Joy Spring, although it may look like a lot of chords, it's only 1 and 5s, right? It's 1, 2, 5, but that's just 5. So 1, 5, 1, and now it's 4 minor. And 4 minor is a substitute for 5 altered, right? So again, it's C7, right? You can play your altered line. So now we have F, C7, F, C7 altered, and then it's. But this A minor actually, it's A minor. It's just a substitute for F. So again, it's 1. Then we have a chord, just a passing chord, and then 2, 5, 1 again. That's again 5, 1. So if we would simplify the whole thing, it would be just 5, 1, 5, 1, 5 altered, 1, 5. So the whole thing is then basically just 1, right? With lots of color chords. It's nice if you can play all the chords, but you don't have to. You can also just choose to play some long lines in F, and that's what Clifford Brown is also doing on recording. In the second chorus, the start, he's just playing some bluesy stuff in F. That works because basically the whole thing is just F. So it's less complicated than people make it out to be. Now, if you start playing all the chords, it can get pretty complicated. So that was the first 3 bars. Then he's playing, so a third bar. So he's playing D7. He's thinking D7, which is the tritone for A flat 7. And then again a 2, 5, 1, quick 2, 5, 1 to F. Which you again can use on a normal 2, 5 if you would fill the first bar with G minor. So he's basically playing 2 5s to F or 5s to F. Just like the chords say you can do, right? He's not really playing A minor 7 and A flat 7. He's just playing stuff that would fit over a C7 chord as well, or C7 to F. Except for the phrase on the A flat 7 where he's thinking a D7. So the whole phrase again, and then, or let's play the phrase in G flat, because now I'm playing it in F, but the second A is in G flat, same chords, just 1 fret up. So then I'll just play it here. 3, 4. So let me just play it on Joy Spring. I'm gonna play the whole thing, first in F and then in G flat, and then I can play it again in the last A. You might be wondering, you know, all these phrases, they seem to be very particularly suited for this song. So how can I use this in other songs? Well, you can use them by adapting them a little bit, right? Filling in the first bar of a normal regular 2-5-1. But the thing is, sometimes you have to just practice phrases that fit to a particular tune. And there's not many tunes with the same progression as Joy Spring. That's why it's a unique tune. But it's really beneficial to just practice it for that tune only. Even if you never play it again, practicing these new kinds of phrases on new progressions will just open up your mind to what's possible. And it will also open up your ears to new sounds. So let's continue. This is something that I think he originally played on the G flat part, just like the previous line, I think. But I just put it in F because the song starts in F, and it's easier to read. And this phrase goes over the first 5 bars, and it sounds like this. 3, 4. One, 2, 3, 4. I think on the original recording he's not playing. He's playing with a B, but it sounds okay. But I prefer B flat, so I changed it. So in this phrase, he's thinking a bar of F major 7, B flat minor, F, and then G minor, ending on the 6. He really likes ending on the 6. It has this typical, very playful Clifford Brown little licks inside of it, right? It's the typical, the sound of Clifford Brown. Let's play it with the backing track. Of course, we can play it starting in bar 3 of the first A, and then again in bar 3 of the second A, and again in the third A. This phrase would start before a new part. So this would start, for example, in the last bar of the song, going to the first A. And if you want to play it going to the second A, you have to start in the last bar of the first A, right? And if you want to play it on the third A, you have to start in the last bar of the bridge. So it sounds like this: 3, 4, 1, 2. 3, 4, 1, 2. I like this G minor 7 going to the flat 13 of C7. That phrase is just nice. This jump from the G sharp to the A. And if we would play it in G flat, it would be just here. Here we have one of those fun licks I was talking about. Almost sounds like it belongs to another song. And it goes like this: 3, 4. One, 2, 3, 4. It's not the easiest to play on guitar. Probably really a trumpet thing. So what you can do is, because this starts in the bridge, you can sequence it by playing it 2 frets lower for the next part, because it's the same, but now it's 2, 5 to E flat, so you will get. And you cannot play it again, because now there's a 2, 5 to to G flat, so then you would have to play it here. So that wouldn't really work because the jump's too big. But at least you can play it twice. 3, 4. So let's try that out. Yeah, it's not very easy to play on guitar, but if you can pull it off, it's a lot of fun. And I also played some of the other phrases, so you see how they fit together and that they sound really great. Here's another phrase for the bridge part. So this phrase goes from G6 or G major 7 to G minor 7, C7. Then there's no real resolution to F, but on F you can start playing the same phrase again, because then it's F, F minor 7, B flat 7 to E flat. And it sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you don't have to play this precise quarter triplet. You can just phrase a little bit over the beat, push and pull. Let me play it twice in a row. So I'm gonna play first like it's written here, so G to G minor, and then I will do it again, F to F minor. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now I was also playing on the first two A's, I was playing bluesy stuff, and you can hear that it works. Of course, you have to kind of listen to maybe to avoid some notes, or to don't play on purpose on certain bars, but you can get away with playing bluesy stuff. I wouldn't do it all the time, but maybe like the second chorus, you can start with some bluesy licks to spice up the solo and not only play arpeggios that fit all the chords. And now we get to the last phrase, and that is two 2-5-1s to F, two short 2-5-1s, and it sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, 2, 3, 4. So this is a perfect phrase to end your solo. I think Clifford Brown ends his solo with this phrase. So you have to play this at the end of the song, I think. It fits best there. Although you could play it, of course, also in your first chorus going to your second chorus. So let me just play one chorus and I'll play it at the end of the song. was a little bit too early, but I still made the phrase work, right? That's also possible. You don't have to play exactly like it's written down here. You should experiment with the phrases. Now, again, like I said before, maybe you find that these phrases are not so easy to use in other songs, but that doesn't matter. Just practice it on Joy Spring, and just working on these phrases and the phrasing and the timing and the sound will help with everything else. And that can also be the point of learning new licks. Not only something that you can use everywhere. Of course, that's mainly what you're doing, but sometimes it's good to practice a certain song, like in this case, Joy Spring. I hope you will enjoy it, and I will see you soon in the next video. Bye!